I think what you're going to see today are Londoners and others from around the country protesting and expressing their views on President Trump, some of his policies and some of the things that he has said and stands for. And by the way, it's really important that nobody's in any misunderstanding. This is not anti-America or anti-Americans. We love America, we love Americans. And in fact, I've been speaking over the last few days with many Londoners, and they call themselves Londoners, who are Americans, who will be protesting today against President Trump. By the way, tomorrow in London there are protests from the extreme far right and pro-Trump supporters tomorrow. And it's important that people realise that here in London, just like in many cities across America, we cherish our right of freedom to protest, freedom of speech and freedom to assemble. And it's really important that the protests today and tomorrow are peaceful and good-spirited.
But you said that Donald Trump is not welcome here. So that's stronger than that, not balanced praise.
Well,
why is he not welcome?
I've been quite clear over the last 2 years that I think a state visit was premature when Prime Minister May invited him on a state visit. Of course, we should have good working relationships with the President of the USA. They're our closest ally. We have a special relationship with them. But part of that special relationship doesn't just mean standing shoulder to shoulder with them at times of adversity, but also calling them out when we think they're wrong. So, for example, many Londoners found the so-called Muslim ban wrong. Many Londoners were concerned about some of the views President Trump expressed during his campaign, which he didn't resolve from when he became president. More recently, we've seen many Londoners be concerned about the views and the policies in relation to children being separated from their parents on the border and being caged in prisons. There's been concern from Londoners about some of the other policies from President Trump, from walking away from the climate change deal to the Iran deal, from other policies. It could be, for example, the protectionist policy that President Trump has. And the great thing about our city is you can have fraternal and positive relationship with a country and its citizens, but disagree in a mature and adult way with the president.
He said to The Sun that you're doing a, quote, terrible job. What one word would you use for the job he's doing?
Interesting.
An interesting job. Would you like to see him change the way he is?
My view is it's not for me to respond to the tweets President Trump sends or some of the interviews he gives where he mentions me and he talks about me in ways which I find surprising. What's important for me as the Mayor of London to do is to make sure that we are seen as a beacon around the world in the sense of our pluralism, in respect to us being open to talent, to investment. One of the great things about the contribution Americans make to our city is they contribute economically, socially and culturally. I don't want that to stop. And actually, history is littered with examples of British Prime Ministers and American presidents agreeing to disagree on things, from the Vietnam War to the Suez Crisis, to the Falklands War, to the Grenada invasion. And what I'd want our Prime Minister to do is to say to President Trump, look, you're our closest ally. Of course we're with you at times of adversity, but we think you're wrong with respect in issues A, B and C. And the concern Londoners have, and the concern many around our country have, is that people aren't calling out President Trump where we disagree with him.